My courage faltered when I saw something move very quickly toward another bush. I couldn't quite make out what it was, but I was certain it was something moving on 4 legs. It advanced at an abnormally fast pace. It couldn't have been an animal I knew. I illuminated the area where I guessed the creature had hidden, and I saw it once more for a fraction of a second, because this time it ran into the underbrush, away from the path. I managed to hear it emit a very deep, forceful growl, but what struck me as most macabre was that it was skin-colored, as if it were a naked person running on all 4s. I'm not going to lie. I panicked. I had never felt such immense fear before. I drew my service weapon and ran to my vehicle. I didn't even care about finishing the task I had been assigned or continuing to answer the questions coming through the radio. I was almost there when I heard a very deep, powerful noise. But the worst was yet to happen. From the back of the patrol car, that creature appeared. I don't know how it suddenly showed up. I think it jumped out from the bushes. The thing is, it started walking slowly in my direction. That's when I realized it wasn't a human being. It resembled a large dog but without fur. It had an enormous snout and a pair of eyes that glowed white. It emitted that horrible sound again, and in front of me it sounded like a bear or a lion. I know this doesn't match the size I mentioned, but that's how I perceived it. The closer it got to me, the more I realized it was an extraordinary creature. From its back, it extended a pair of wings. From what little I could see, they were similar to those of a bat. It suddenly tried to lunge at me, but I didn't hesitate to fire my weapon. I shot several times without even aiming deliberately. My intention at that moment was to harm it or at least scare it. I fired multiple times, and honestly, I don't know if I hit it. In any case, I succeeded. That thing stopped and, with a single leap, disappeared into the underbrush. Then I lost sight of it. I didn't want to know anything more. I drove the car and headed toward the base at full speed. I responded to the radio again, but indicated it was a false alarm. I didn't tell anyone anything. I was, and honestly still am, afraid of ridicule. Besides, I could jeopardize my job. That's why I appreciate the anonymity. I'm going to send some photos of the area where it all happened. Hopefully, someone will recognize the place and be cautious. I reiterate that in this region, there are beings that probably do not belong to this world. I will be attentive to the comments and remain open to questions. I would like to get to the bottom of all this. Thank you very much for allowing me to share my story. If you enjoyed this, please support us by giving a thumbs up and subscribing to be part of this community. If you believe this material is worth sharing, please do so, and don't forget you can contact us through our social media. There you can share with us your stories, experiences, accounts, and events you know about. We will be very pleased to narrate them for everyone, welcoming you to your community. For you, Paranormal Frequency.